I don't want to lose the pain because that's my only connection to my nanay. I don't want to lose the pain.
We cannot end this interview with you, Tito Boy, without you answering this last question.
Yeah,
Sex or chocolates?
sorry naman. People have opinions about you. As I say, go back to your truth.
Thirsty.
Hi
and
guys, it's
30.
Shari and Bea of Thirsty and 30 and welcome back to our Thirsty to Know series. And this is part 2 of our Boy Abunda interview. I think you guys are gonna like this one, right, Bea?
Oh, for sure. Like, the first part of our interview was basically harassing Tito Boy for dating advice, which, as he said, it's not part of his job description. But the second part, we really dig deep and understand his philosophy and just, about his love life, too. I think it's important.
Juicy, intimate, and fun details about one's love life and everybody else's. So guys, please do click subscribe and enjoy the interview.
Yes, enjoy.
But speaking of relationships, what about friendships, so beyond romantic? What do you think makes a bad friend and what makes a great friend?
What makes a bad friend and a great friend? They can be one and the same.
You are. That is one of a kind answer, I have to say. I have nothing else to say.
But you know what? It's true.
Yeah, think about it. Sorry, think about it.
Shari.
It also comes in waves. Also,
Yeah, it comes-
so
yeah.
one day you have a bad friend, then the next day they're great. Or the flip side. I mean, that's okay. That's a great answer.
Yeah. My best friend is Bong. Ito, he's here, he's listening. May mga araw gustong patayin. May mga araw na ayokong padapuan ng langaw. May mga, it comes in waves. I like it. It's true. It comes in waves. Yeah, that can be one and the same. You're talking about one person.
Time. Do you fear anything now or wala pa rin?
Meron na.
Meron na.
Afraid, not just during the pandemic, but even when Nanay passed on, I'm afraid of death. I'm really afraid of death. I remember Bill Gates talked about one of his most important learnings during the pandemic. Parang parang kami, parati kong sinasabi sa mga interviews ko that the one immutable law in the celebrity business is that nothing lasts forever. Easier said than understood and done. One of my most important learnings that goes with fear is that, nung sinabi ni Bill Gates, during the pandemic, we realized without doubt our finitude. He used that word. We are finite. Lahat tayo mamamatay. And therefore, there are choices we have to make. Ako personally, the choice that I am making, I want to be a better partner. I want to be a better person. I want to be a better tito. I want to be the best I could be. That's a deliberate choice. Coming out of my fear that all I have is now. I'm not sure of what's going to happen tomorrow. I am so afraid of death. Nanay died in my embrace. Nanay died in my embrace. And that changed me. That broke me in ways that I look at life differently today. It's so fleeting. It's so temporary. It's so ephemeral. It's so sandali lang.
When you talk about her, it's really a deep love. I've heard many of your interviews talking about her and that moment that you were crying like a child. And it's she's such a special soul from your stories that you've shared with her. And I think you embody that every day.
At hindi ko alam yun, Bea. Inside the ICU, first time to talk about this again. Inside the ICU daw, I was told by Bong and I sent everybody out. Said, Doc, alis muna kayo lahat. I just want to spend time with my mother. Iyak lang daw ako ng iyak because I don't remember these things. And then I kept on talking and I kept on saying, di ba we were ready? I was talking to myself. Number 1, we were supposed to do this. Number 2, if this happens. Number 3, number 4, ano bang gagawin natin? And I was talking daw to Nanay, what do we do? And then we got to Arlington, just before she was cremated, wala raw akong slippers, and I was just crying like a boy. Somehow you go back to that pala. Wala talaga. Wala. Wala na yung, you lose, all your defenses. She was my lodestar. She was my compass. I lost her. Sabi ko nga, every time I was asked as a child, what is your ambition? What is your dream? Wala akong sagot kasi wala naman talaga akong pangarap. But nanay would always say, maganda maging accountant ka para magtrabaho ka sa PNB. Malay mo, yumaman tayo. Tatay naman wanted me to be a lawyer kasi sobra akong daldal. And then yung pala, ang gusto lang nila, may placard kami sa labas ng maliit naming bahay, nagsasabing, Eugenio Abunda, attorney at law. Funny, because when tatay passed on, my dream, pangarap ko lang, was to give nanay the best life. It was my dream.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
What happened with your mother? I'm sure that was a struggle in your life, a very painful experience. So it
Hanggang
happens
ngayon, hanggang ngayon.
till
And then,
today.
my psychiatrist, actually, nanay's doctor, was also saying that, boy, you have to deal with it. And I want to share this with people who lost the loved ones. Ako yung karanasan ko lang, and this is very personal. Sabi na, no, you have to, yung mga steps, when you're grieving, etc. I've read all the books. Until I finally realized, sabi ko, hindi, Doc, I don't want to lose the pain because that's my only connection to my nanay. I don't want to lose the pain.
Yeah. So is that the same advice you would give to people now who are
I
struggling?
don't know. I don't. But I want them to listen to that. I don't know if it makes sense to them. Pero sa akin, ayoko mawala yung pain.
It connects a lot with what you said and just a few minutes ago about when people asking you, how are you? And a lot of people would commonly say, I'm good. All good. But actually, it's okay to say you're in pain.
Yeah.
You're not okay. It's the reality. No one's a robot or an emoji every day.
Exactly.
But again, we've been trained and we've been wired to project that. I'm okay, I'm good, I'm fine. Pero naging mas mahirap sagutin ngayon yan sa pandemya. Ako, there's a beat. How are you? Ako, itong araw, okay. Kapon hindi. Ngayon, okay. Yung ganon. It has become a profound question to me. Pero you're right. Don't be afraid to say, I'm not okay.
Guest on our show that it was about her cancer, and her boyfriend broke up with her when she went out of remission. But then a few days after her guesting,
11 days.
11 days after she guested on our show, she passed away. Out of nowhere, we thought she recovered. And it was just, she said to us, like, where are your battles? Like, battle scars.
Yeah.
You know, where you don't have to wear a wig all the time. And it's what makes us really beautiful. And I think that's what makes you beautiful as well, Tito Boy. Where your pain is bravely assumed.
Bea, the context of that is, bahagi ng ating kultura, I keep on saying kultura. Bahagi ng ating kultura kasi, kailangan maganda ka, kailangan okay ka, kailangan stable ka, kailangan, may mga kailangan eh. And then, translated into the expectations of people. Lalo naman ako, Bea, when I was starting my television career, and I say this in my interviews, I was told, I was counted out, you're not going to make it. Hindi ka maganda, you're gay, diba? I mean, but you have an accent. People will always look at, I mean, with love ito, this is not to denigrate, this is not to diminish a person, but friends who meant well. Boy, wag na, you'll be better as, president of your own advertising firm or whatever. Not a talk show, because that's not you. People have opinions about you. As I say, go back to your truth.
When is the earliest moment you felt successful in your personal and work life?
When I started to be able to provide for nanay, sabi ko, ay, successful na ako. Nadala ko na si nanay sa Hong Kong. Yun lang. There was an economic side to it as an indicator of success. Pero, nung nagtagal, doon ako nagtatanong ng maraming tanong. Masaya ba talaga ako dito? Because I don't think, to me, success is something that makes you happy. You know that book of Sidney Poitier, success is being able to provide for your family. Ginalang ko yun. Sabi ko, wow, yung palang kanyang pananaw. Ako, it was being able to provide the best for nanay. Totoo yun. First time I brought her to Hong Kong, nakakatuwa. So we checked into the hotel. I got the best room. Pero Alam niyo kung sinong natutulog sa suite namin? Yung kanyang napakaraming pamangkin na mga domestic helpers sa Hong Kong.
Oh,
Yeah, kaligayahan ng nanay ko yun. Oo, she would have, the next 3-4 days would be pinadi-day off niya lahat. Because, I come from a family of farmers and fishermen and, Samar is a very poor province and ang nakita ko talaga si nanay paano niya ini-embrace yung kaniyang katotohanan. Oo. I mean, it would have been easy for her to say, bring me to the stores. I want a new dress. Hindi. I want to bring my pamangkins to Ocean Park.
she's a genuinely lovely person. Like, that was a touching.
And funny.
Wow.
Sorry, nanay was really funny.
Funny.
Oh, what was the funniest joke? Is she a joker or what?
Dalawa lang ang joke ng nanay. Inuulit-ulit niya kahit hindi na kami natatawa, tumatawa kami para hindi nagagalit.
Besides your mother, Nanay, who do you look up to as well outside of your mother?
I gravitate towards complex women. Kasi dito sa Maynila, nung nakipagsapalaran ako, I was mentored by the great Conching Sunico. I mean, the Duyen of Manila's 400. Hindi na yan kilala ng mga bata ngayon, but Tita Conching was the best friend of Doña Eva Macapagal. She was ambassador at large during Macapagal's time. She's Tessa Prieto's great-grand aunt. She was Carnival Queen of 1935. She was the organizer. She was called the Pearl Mesta of Asia. She was the biggest party giver in Asia. So naabutan ko yun. She picked me from nowhere. I was backstage. I was PA. I was fixing the props and the bamboos backstage of the theater. And she heard about me and just picked me out of anonymity. And I am where I am because of Tita Conching.
And I'm curious, you have a couple books behind you, if I'm not mistaken.
A lot of Mandela, a lot of Maya Angelou, a lot of Gabriel Garcia Marquez. I'm wild. I'm not a fan of fiction, but I love political books. I love literary masterpieces. Yes.
What book has changed you in the realm of, whether it's politics and
Maya Angelou's I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings changed my life.
Okay, I'm gonna add that to my reading list.
Yeah.
So
Why? You know why? Because it is her story. It's Angelou's story, the grand poetess. It is her story. And she was in a cage. And she became the greatest, to me, poetess of her generation, of the world, not just her generation.
So, Tito Boy, you are a very quotable person. But for you, what is one quote that you live by?
Angelou's. This is an easy question. I come as one, I stand as 10,000.
you told that to Catriona Gray, right? I think was
Yeah,
that Catriona?
that was one of the quotes I shared with Catriona when she joined Miss Universe 2018. But the gift of Catriona is she paraphrases words. Parang sinabi niya, I don't stand here as one, but as 104 million Filipinos.
If you could have lunch with one person that are alive, who would it be and why?
Nelson Mandela. No? Pangarap ko yun.
He's a great soul.
Yes.
But live, I'd probably go for Oprah.
Me also, sama ako sa lunch.
Oh
Oh my
I
God,
wanna see
imagine
this
if
lunch.
I had
I will
lunch.
serve you. I was
If I
having
had
lunch
lunch
for
with Boy Abunda and Oprah Winfrey, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh my God. I wrote her a letter. Of course, she didn't answer me, but I wrote her a letter. I wrote her a letter because I wanted to do an interview with Barbara Walters and Oprah Winfrey and Hillary Clinton then. But now I'm interested to do an interview with Kamala Harris. Mga pangarap lang. Mga pangarap lang. Nelson Mandela, because what a man. I mean,
Yes.
what a revered man. Every time. Oprah, why? I think she's the most compelling storyteller in the world. What a storyteller. What a lovely story. I want to talk to her about, her journey to forgiving the mother. I love that story, the day or the days before the mother passed on, and how she journeyed into forgiveness because she thought she would not be able to forgive her mother. I'd like to be able to talk to her about being promiscuous when she was a teenager, losing a baby, I'd like to be able to talk to her about how she turned around OWN, which was a losing proposition
Yes.
when it
Yeah.
started. Ang dami, no? Ang dami.
She's an amazing person.
Amazing woman. Amazing one. Idol, idol. Yeah, and let me tell you something, Sharon Bea. I came into the business and I was told very clearly that when you do entertainment, you can't do public affairs. Alam mo yun, yung parang pag entertainment ka lang. You're supposed to be flippant, flamboyant, even. Because public service is serious. Ayoko talaga nun. Ayoko talaga ng labels. And that was the reason when I moved to ABS-CBN 21 years ago, sabi ko talaga kay Freddie Garcia, was president of ABS. And it's in my stories. But Freddie, I'm doing the buzz. But give me a public affairs show para malaman mo naman na marunong ako mag-Ingles at marunong ako magtanong. I said, kasi meron tayong, we like to label, we like to compartmentalize. Dito ka lang. Ba't hindi ako pwede tumawid? Ba't hindi ako pwedeng, maki-boundary tayo? Singer ka lang, hindi ka pwedeng ganito. Artista ka, lawyer ka, diyan ka lang bakit ba? Why can't I go into the peripheries of life? The fun is there, the magic is there. So that's the reason why I can do senators. I can do my first interview, my first guest on Private Conversations with Boy Abunda was a great Deepak Chopra.
That would have been. I've been meditating to his voice.
Yeah. Talagang pero inaral ko talaga yun. Hindi ko naman kilala kung sino si Deepak Chopra. I like it. You say we are all students of life. We study every day. We learn every day.
Tito Boy, what was your most difficult interview?
Lahat siguro.
Yeah.
It's always the best, the worst, the most frightening. I am committed to every interview. Halimbawa tayo ngayon, nag-i-interview tayo. I'm not going to say, no, this is the first time I'm meeting Bea and Chari. I'm just going to give them, hindi eh. When you do it, do it. When you give your all.
Yeah, we feel that.
Yeah.
I'm curious, Tito Boy, what is the one thing you don't understand about yourself?
First thing that comes to mind is I don't understand why I'm so driven to this very day. It's my drive that I don't understand. Parang, halimbawa, a group of young students wanted me to deliver a speech on leadership. Para ako magde-defend ng thesis, I'll spend so much time. The only thing that I don't prepare for are interviews, because that's my terrain. I mean, this is my terrain. I mean, this is home to me. This is my stage. The other thing that I do not understand, but I have come to embrace, are my contradictions. Marami akong contradictions. Ang dami.
One example. I'm
Yeah,
curious
cite
now.
one.
Political views, but I'm not able to say them all. There are, ang dami kong contradictions. Ang dami kong opinion about our organization, but I'm not able to create as much impact as I teach should be. Yung ganon. Ang dami.
But what smell makes you happy besides your partner's smell?
The acquired taste, nectarine. As Joe Malone.
Wow.
The other one that makes me happy, the other smell, alam mo yung pagsiga. Nanay, pag nagwawali sa likod ng bahay namin, tapos yung pinauusok ng mga, the smell of burning dead leaves and twigs, to me is home. Oo, yun. Yun yung ako. The pasosyal is nectarine.
Magsusunog na ako sa likod ng bahay.
I know, I like it. It is contradictory also. I love it. I think that's what makes you such a colorful person. So
The polarity of my sense of smell, yes.
yeah. So what is something beautiful that you see every day?
The sense, that the experience of seeing is the beauty itself. Alam nyo ngayon, lalo na sa pandemic, pag umigising ka pa na, yung texture, di ba? Parang, thank you, I'm able to open my eyes. Thank you, I'm alive.
I'm very curious what you answer here. You talked about nudity a while ago, but to you, what is the sexiest thing about you?
I don't know. The sexiest thing. Oh, the easy answer is my brain, but of course my brain is not sexy. Come on.
I think it's very sexy, but physically, if you would choose.
No, Paul would always talk about my hands. He liked my
Mm.
hands. I mean, sabi niya, alam mo, pang mayaman talaga ang kamay mo.
Sexy hands. I like it.
Oh, I don't know why. Sanay naman ako magtrabaho, but, he says that.
It's another
You just-
contradiction.
Yeah, I'm born
Oh,
with
I'm
it.
blushing. Sexy.
Okay, so finish the statement. I will be content when blank.
Forgive me, Chari, but I'll have to rephrase that.
Okay.
I am content because I have enough.
I'm curious. I'm never gonna ask you your age because I think that's not something you want
No,
to
I'm not
like.
gonna
But
tell you.
but what is your advice to your younger self when it comes to relationships? Because surely,
Wait.
Tito Boy, when you were
Bea,
young,
Bea,
nabudol
wait.
ka.
I just want to say that in Wikipedia, I am either 64 or
I
62
saw.
or 61.
I saw.
Sorry, I'm younger, but I'm not going to say it. Anyway,
I'm not gonna
I'm having
confirm
my
anything
lawyers,
tonight.
this is serious. I'm having my lawyers fix it, so it will be real. I'm not afraid naman to grow old. I'm not afraid to grow old.
Hmm.
But there was a time lang when I was not very comfortable about the idea of growing old because I am in a business that is dominated by young people. Youth
Yep.
is the currency of the celebrity business.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the question again?
The question is the young boy na possibly nabubudol sa pag-ibig. I don't know if you ever were. What's your advice to that young boy?
Do not be afraid to love. Just love.
Sabi ko na nga ba eh.
Uh-oh.
Just go
Ayun.
all out.
Do not, do not be afraid to love.
What is love for you?
I don't know. I don't know what love is. I don't know what love is. But I know when I see it and I know when I feel it. Pero hindi ko talaga alam, totoo. This is not being literary or poetic, but I can say a lot of lines about love. But with what I've been through, I don't know what it is.
Hmm.
But I've been
That's-
blessed by overflowing love. I know when I feel it. I know when I see it. And I'm grateful. Di ko talaga alam.
We guested Dr. Margie Holmes and she
I
schooled
love
us.
Margie.
She
We
schooled
love
us
her.
in love.
Her interview is my Bible.
She quoted someone, Eric Fromm, a psychologist, and he said, immature love says, I need you, that's why I love you. Mature love says, I love you, that's why I need you. And my question is, what age? No, sorry, not age. I know we're not going to talk about that. When did you understand mature love?
Siguro in my 30s, I will admit. Kami ni Bong, we had that conversation eh. Sabi niya, what was happening? Kasi I was in my 20s eh. Early 20s in Bong. And Bong was very young. He was not even 18. I think he was 17. Pero ako naman, ito na naman ako, what is the difference between mature love and what was the other one? Young love?
Immature
Immature.
love.
Love and mature love. Love is love.
Hmm.
I don't know what it is. I mean, what's the difference between the two?
I don't know. I
It's
feel like it's you and Bong as mature love.
Yeah, I mean, it's not about an immature love can evolve into mature love. And when do you know? I mean, what color does it take? What smell does it take when it becomes mature love? And it's not about needing. It's not about wanting. It's not even about. It's not a transactional relationship. It's not about. It's not even about giving and just sharing. I don't know what it is. It's about everything and nothing. Again, babasagin ko yung definition na about when I need you and when I want you. Niwala kayo. It's an amalgam. It's the amalgamation of everything that makes sense and don't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's even safer to say that, you feel it. My friend was saying, no, boy, it's love when you're happy. Hindi. sometimes, it's love when you're in pain, when you're bleeding. Di ba? Ay,
Yeah.
walang formula eh. Wala.
Babalikan ko si Dr. Margie Holmes. We talked about this. Parang mali po kayo.
No, don't you love her? Don't you just
She's
Oh.
amazing. Her and her partner, her husband, we interviewed them together, Jeremy Bear. Our topic was about infidelity, and they were
Ayan.
great. Okay,
Yeah.
Tita Boy, we're down to our last question, number 30, but we may have one bonus question. But let's go for question number 30 first. This is my personal favorite question. Use 3 words to describe your life. 1 word for the past, 1 word for the present, and 1 word for the future.
Past, present, and future. I was 30. I am thirsty. And I will be 30. Context. I'll give you the context using the title of your show. No, I don't want to go into adjectives. I was 30 at one point in my life, and it was exciting. I was driven. I still am driven. But what a journey it has been. And what a story it has been. I sold encyclopedias. I opened doors. I worked in restaurants. That's a story. And I was 30, and I was proud to be 30. Today, uhaw pa rin ako. I remain thirsty. Uhaw pa rin ako because I still want to know more. I still want to drink as much as I can. And it has almost become visceral. It is not an intelligent decision. It's an intuitive decision. Of course, when I say I will be 30, I will write 30 at one point. We're all finite. We will all go. So I was 30, I am thirsty, and I will write 30 one day.
That's the best answer we've ever gotten.
I know.
I always hear in your interviews, mic drop. People always say mic drop. Ito na yun. Ito na yun.
Mic drop. Oh, I love it. Okay, so that really is our 30th question. But of course, we cannot end this interview with you, Tito Boy, without you answering this last question.
Yeah.
Sex or chocolates?
Sorry naman. Yun ang chocolate sex.
Same answer. Go ba? Sex
Sana
or chocolates?
pwede sabay. Sabay pwede.
Who cares about chocolates?
Diet ako, sex. Thank you. Thank you so much, Tito Boy. This was like such an amazing interview. We were stunned by a lot. You're an amazing person. And you know what? It's our goal to be as good as an interviewer and a listener as you are.
And this is not meant to flatter you guys. You're very good. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And stay hungry. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Thirsty and 30.